Adictos Digitales, el día de hoy tenemos un proyecto bien interesante, es el mapeo en 3D de la prisión de Alcatraz. Y bueno, pues eso es lo que está ocurriendo en la parte del video que está en el monitor, pero también estamos viendo que lo ocurrió en una workstation de Lenovo, que bueno, pues tiene Threadripper como plataforma. Pero vamos a platicar aquí con Pete, que es el especialista y la mente maestra detrás de todo esto que está pasando. Así que, bueno, vamos a cambiar a inglés para continuar con la entrevista. I'm very glad to have you here with us. So I would like you to tell us a little bit about the project, how it happened, because I was looking at the images and you explained to us all the drones involved, all the photogrammetry and things that were happening, but more or less where it comes from and how did you do it?
Sure. It came about as a project for the National Park Service where they wanted to understand the effects of sea level rise to the island. I said, I know I can help you, but it means we have to digitize or scan the entire island. And they said, okay, we'll give you 3 weeks to do it.
Just to put you in context, this is a monumental task, and that was very little time. But this gentleman here and his team, they managed to do it. I don't know how.
Well, one of the reasons we were successful is I told the Park Service the only way this is going to work is if we stay on the island. Can we sleep on the island? And they said yes.
Wow.
But you'll have to sleep in cells.
Okay, that's interesting.
So 3 weeks in cells on Alcatraz with the team. We started scanning. We used drones. We used terrestrial laser scanners, SLAM laser scanners, photogrammetry, all these different reality capture sensors, and created this incredible three-dimensional model of the entire island, inside and out.
That's impressive. I was looking here at the video and the other things, and it's basically something that you could repurpose to so many other things, right? Once you have all the geometry, all the data, and not only for the initial study that you were actually called for, but what other applications could this have?
What's fun, and you're going to think I'm either exaggerating or crazy, but absolute truth is you can do anything with it. Literally anything, because it's just data. So if you have the right software, for example, could we throw an earthquake at the island and see what would happen? Yes.
Okay.
Could it be used for a computer game? Yes.
Well, if that could be, even it also means that it could be used for VFX as well, right?
Of course. Yep. VFX. How about the world's first virtual national park for people who can't physically come to Alcatraz, but go to this URL, maybe put on goggles and see.
Yeah, VR would be an amazing application for this technology, and you already have the data. And I'm still amazed about the small amount of time it took. And well, here we are at this AMD event because you were obviously using AMD hardware. Yeah. And well, I think behind me is the workstation. Well, at least a similar one from the one that you used, right?
Yes. So the reason I'm here, and the reason this project was successful, is because of the AMD Threadripper Pro.
Wow.
96 cores, half a terabyte of RAM. Incredible GPU. Without this thing, I would still be on the island. I would still be post-processing data. So it literally saved the project because these data sets are huge. Every scan is big. In total, I think we had 3 terabytes of data.
Wow.
And to be able to navigate it in real time, to be able to quality control each scan so I could know, yep, that one's good, or nope, that one's bad. We had to be able to post-process on the island 24 hours a day to make it work.
There was one thing that was interesting to me when you were giving the other talk in the in the closed sessions. And you were saying that you have so much detail and it's layered in some way that you can actually see through historically and see certain parts of the building that haven't been like accessible for a long time, right?
Yes. You want me to show you?
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. So let's see what we can get, because this is going to be a trip to the past.
So I'm going to play a video of the drone-based LiDAR data,
Okay.
and the ground-based, the terrestrial LiDAR data. And what you're going to see is we're going to zoom into this building, which is right up against that building.
Okay.
Well, this building is only about 100 years old. Watch what happens.
Oh, that looks cool.
So nobody's seen that before. It's like we're cutting a knife through the building. So what we did, one of the things we did early on, is we cut a knife right through here. This is a modern building, and the building in this direction is the original gate to Alcatraz.
It was impressive to see that thanks to this, we can appreciate details that even going to the place we might not be able to see in real time. So this is something very, very interesting and very cool that, now we have the possibility through technology, right?
Yeah. I love to say that what the team and I do is we make the invisible visible.
That's amazing. And I wanted to ask you also, is there a place where we can see more of your work, your team, or probably a little bit more of this?
Sure. Well, my website is vctolabs.com. And there's a projects page there, and you can see all the stuff I've been working on over the years. There's a lot of stuff about this project and many of the other ones up on LinkedIn and social media. So, and we're always looking for new projects.
That's fun to hear. And thank you very much, Pete. Yeah. I look forward to see you again, and probably to give a follow-up to these projects on your website.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So what's not to love about this project? 3 weeks on Alcatraz, living in cells, being handed the keys so I have access to every space. You can't make this stuff up. My inner 9-year-old is still sort of effervescing about it. It was just fabulous. Essentially, I was asked to create a digital twin of Alcatraz, inside and out. It was all about sea level rise and climate change. The Park Service was very keen to establish a single source of truth that they could then use to compare future surveys to monitor change. Then came the challenges. Reality capture data and digital twins. The data sets are huge, and I can't leave Alcatraz until I know I have scanned every space. The only way to do that is to be able to post-process it on site. The whole team, we got so lucky because the folks at Lenovo raised their hand and said, we love this project too. We have a workstation that we think could meet your needs. It's a Lenovo ThinkStation P8 with the AMD Threadripper Pro CPU, 96 cores, half a terabyte of RAM. As soon as I saw the specs of the P8, I knew that the project was going to work. When I say we scanned every space we could get into, we did. So there's no one tool that could scan every space on Alcatraz. So I brought everything. This included the hover map. This is a handheld scanner. Can walk with it, can hang it from a drone, can clip it to a backpack. We even put it on the back of Spot, the robot dog from Boston Dynamics, sent it into some asbestos compromised spaces in some of these buildings. The Elios E3, this drone in a cage that can bump into things and not crash. We sent that into some terrible places. 150-year-old sewer, up a smokestack, and it worked great. Many of the spaces on Alcatraz present all kinds of challenges to hardware. They're dark and dirty and wet, and there's dust everywhere. Well, fortunately for me, the ThinkPad, also powered by AMD, whose mil-spec capabilities met all those challenges. The laptop was key. So as post-processing began, I was going to be using Esri's ArcGIS Pro, Esri SiteScan, a product called Aura from Emesent, that's for the handheld scanner. There was a long, long list. But where the P8 ThinkStation with a Threadripper Pro with 96 cores really came into its own is, even though only the one app I was using from Epic Games, called Reality Capture, is written to take advantage of all 96 cores, it didn't matter if some of the others weren't, because I could just run multiple sessions of those apps until I saw all 96 cores running, or until all the RAM was gone. I've done some really interesting projects in my career, but this one is probably top 3. What's the secret to my success? The right gear, always. It was a fabulous sort of retooling of my own personal workflow when I'm post-processing in the field, stack up these apps and just let them cook. Gosh, without Lenovo, this project wouldn't have worked. It's that simple.
Y bueno, adictos digitales, eso fue todo. Muchas gracias. Así como también te voy a pedir que me regales un like si te gustó este video, un dislike si es a los pobrecitos gatitos bebés que no tienen la culpa de nada, y que te suscribas al canal si todavía no lo haces. Recuerda que tenemos redes sociales donde puedes seguir a Todo Droga Digital, y a mí me encuentras como @corsaed en Instagram. Ya sin nada más que decirte, me despido. Soy Ed Corsa para Droga Digital y estamos en el viaje.